So this is really unfortunate. Mickey 17, Bong Joon-ho's brand new movie, has more or less flopped at the box office. A few weeks ago, I did a review on my channel of this movie, which you can watch as well, where I talked about how I thought it was an incredible film, but unfortunately it just hasn't really resonated with audiences, and it is not even made back, I think, 50% of its budget. I think this speaks to like wider issues in Hollywood and pop culture at the moment. It is really disappointing that this film is unsuccessful, and I think the reason it exists in the first place is because Parasite, Bong Joon-ho's previous film, was such a big success. Its social and cultural commentary was so profound, and it went on to win a Best Picture, being the only Korean film and possibly the only predominantly non-English film to ever win that award. And so Bong Joon-ho, who is this well-regarded auteur of cinema, is almost given like a free pass or a license to make anything he wants. And what happens when that movie ends up being a commercial failure? What's up guys, Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more pop culture content. Okay, so I'm gonna reiterate that Mickey 17 I thought was a fantastic movie, and I think there are a few variables here that kind of determine why this has been unsuccessful in the box office. Because critically, it's been pretty well received. Like, audiences and critics are generally saying that this is a really good movie. It's just not been able to convert people to buy tickets. I think the first factor here that is a common problem and complaint about Hollywood right now is that Mickey 17 is broadly a more original concept. Okay, and before I move on with this argument, I am aware that Mickey 17 is based on a science fiction novel, so I guess it doesn't quite meet this criterion, but generally speaking, Hollywood is favoring existing ideas over new ones, for better or for worse. I often see a lot of complaints that studios just aren't making new movies anymore and they're just remaking old movies and doing the same old thing over and over again. But the problem is, like, when truly original movies do come out, nobody goes to see them in cinemas. And this might just be because they're made like independently or by smaller studios and they just don't have the same marketing budget as a Disney or a Universal or something like that. But I think a lot of people forget that cinema, Hollywood, movies, TV, anything entertainment is fundamentally a business. Like, people invest in movies and want to make a cash return on their investment. And familiarity is probably the easiest way to get people in because they are already familiar with something. Looking at the top 10 highest grossing films of the 2020s so far, we have Avatar: The Way of the Water, which is a sequel, Ne-Zha 2, which is a Chinese film, which is also a sequel, Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is not only part of the MCU, but also brings together the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, Inside Out 2, a Disney Pixar sequel, Top Gun: Maverick, a legacy sequel, Barbie, which is of course based on one of the most popular toys in the world, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, based on one of the most popular video games in the world, Deadpool and Wolverine, of course part of the MCU, also bringing back various members of familiar X-Men movies, like that one trades on familiarity and nostalgia, Moana 2, which is a sequel, and Jurassic World Dominion, which of course is a sequel and legacy kind of sequel as well. So we're talking all about Mickey 17, but I'm Mike and I'm on a mission too. Mikey 10,000. Most people who watch these videos aren't subscribed, so if you can hit the subscribe button, I'm trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of 2025 and I would love your help. Let's get back to it. The truth is, it is really hard to make money off a completely novel and original idea now, which is why studios lean so much more to adapting or evolving things that already exist and people are already familiar with. You can argue that this stifles creativity, but the battle of commercial and creative has been a long fought battle for creatives everywhere. It is really hard to be creative and commercial at the same time. And you would think that having Bong Joon-ho at the helm of this new film with Robert Pattinson, who has become one of the biggest and most popular actors in the world. Again, I still remember and love him as Cedric Diggory from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
That's my son! That's my boy!
R.I.P. Cedric, we miss you very much. But with this breakout role in The Batman and also in a movie called The Lighthouse, like, he really skyrocketed to success. So with Bong Joon-ho and Robert Pattinson involved in one film, you would think that it would just be so easy to make money, but unfortunately that just hasn't happened. The other sad part of this is it might make studios in the future hesitant to work with Bong Joon-ho. I mean, I doubt this will have a huge impact, but there will be skepticism about his movie's ability to make money in the West moving forward. Because as much as he's had great successes pre-Parasite with movies like Snowpiercer, Okja, Memories of Murder, The Host, like nothing has ever been as big as Parasite. And so Mickey 17 feels like it was supposed to be this grandiose follow-up, but it almost could never live up to the hype. Ultimately, I think this is really disappointing in general. I think Bong Joon-ho is such a fantastic filmmaker, and to have this film's commercial success not measure up to its critical reception as a film is really disappointing. I think one factor we don't really take into consideration is the post-pandemic move away from going to the movies. Like when I was a kid in the 2000s, like you would go out to the movies a lot and it was actually like pretty affordable. Like cinema food and popcorn has always been overpriced, but now it's just like really expensive even for one person to go out to the movies.
$900 dues.
And I think a lot of people are just sort of staying home and watching something on streaming as opposed to actually making a night out and like going out to dinner and then sitting in the movies and getting a dessert or whatever it is. So with less and less cinema goers, particularly if the movies aren't like mass marketed blockbusters, I just think there's less market for movies. I think the biggest lesson we can take from this as movie goers is like, if you like film and if you like cinema, go out to the movies and buy a ticket, because I'm really worried that we're actually starting to see the end of the cinema or theater experience, and in 10 years it's just going to be everything is beamed to your TV at home and you don't go out to the cinema anymore. And I don't want to live in a world like that, because cinemas are awesome and I love movies. So go and buy a ticket to Mickey 17. That's the message of this video. Whew, thank you so much guys for watching. Hey, if you want more movie content, hit the subscribe button and comment below. Did you go see Mickey 17 in cinemas? Do you still go out to the movies? And do you think the cinema in general is dead? I would love to get the conversation going down below to let me know your thoughts. While I've got you, I'm all over the internet doing dumb stuff that I think is cool. I have a blog, I have a podcast, and they are all down there. If you want to watch more, YouTube reckons you might like this video here, but if you just want to watch a bunch of my videos, check out this playlist that it is showing you right here. That is pretty much it from me. My name's InRadioMike. This has been The Inside of My Mind, and I will catch you later.